Field is set, just about ready to go. KJ and Kyle Souza up on the starter stand, ready to have them off. They get ready to roll off of turn number 4, and this will be a no-go. Jared Freitas a little bit quick on the start, and this one will be coming back, it appears, and yes, there's the yellow light. Now, if you're asking, if you're new to us, welcome. Glad you decided to come out and join us here this evening. Victory lane as we get ready to rock and roll in just a couple of minutes. 25 laps on the docket for the Everetts Auto Parts Sport 4s as they come off of turn number 4. This time it's a good start. There's the green flag, and we are officially underway here tonight. And as they head down into turn 1, 3 wide going into the corner. Looked like Carlin Levesque had a problem getting up to speed. No problem there, though, as he's able to get it rolling down the back straightaway. 3 wide, down into 3 and 4. Jaden Hamilton kicked up to the outside, while Henry Lavallee will lead lap number 1. The 14 of Hayes in the middle, and the 67 of Flanagan in the middle in trouble. The 04 of Hamilton got sideways, and Hayes had nowhere to go. They made contact. That's going to bring out the first yellow of tonight's event with 1 lap up on the board for the 04 of Jaden. Henry, if you're not familiar with him, he is one of those folks that goes out and helps with disaster relief, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's a flood, whether he goes out and helps secure the area, helps with any type of first aid that's necessary and infrastructure and things like that. So there may be Fridays that he misses due to an emergency, and that's happened in the past, but he's been flown over down into Texas when they had the hurricane relief down to New Orleans, down to Florida, so he has been all over, but it's good to see him come back and compete whenever his schedule allows. We're ready to go off of turn number 4. Lavallee will bring the field down. Outside of him, Jared Freitas as they hit the box. Up on the throttle they come. Round number 1 for the Sport 4s tonight, and as they race to the back bumper of Lavallee as they head off of turn number 2. Here comes Mikey Lafort down to the inside, looking for third, and look at Tyler DeHanchik down low, the blue and white number 48, the Phil's propane machine, looking for some running room down on the inside. 3 wide across the front stretch. Pion all the way up to the outside. Simpson in the middle, and the 44 of Levesque down on the inside as they head down the back straightaway. Simpson gets that jump, and here comes Crystal Murray threading the needle down through the front stretch. Lavallee's got a little bit of racing room around him as the 4 of Matera still settles in for second. The battle behind her, the 13 of Mike Lafort, the 48 of Tyler DeHanchik, as they try to split her off of 4. DeHanchik takes a peek down to the inside, 3 wide for momentarily as Lafort backs off, and DeHanchik gets the run down low. Tyler down the back straightaway takes over the number 2 spot, the 13 of Lafort down low, looking for third off of turn number 4, and as they hit the stripe, Lafort now up into the 3rd spot, the 32 of Simpson working the inside up to 4th. Levesque rounds out the top 5 as Matera starts backsliding on the top side. Passing flag out for Gampa in the number 46. Tyler DeHanchik closes right up on the back bumper of Henry Lavallee down the back straightaway, and he has the 13 of Lafort on his tail as they hit turns 3 and 4. Nose to tail, top 4 cars. Simpson is right there in tow. Lafort takes a look to the outside. Simpson's down to the inside, trying to squeeze underneath your defending champion, and here comes DeHanchik down to the inside of Lavallee. 3 weeks ago, that car was hauled off on the wrecker. Tonight, he sets the pace down into turn number 1. 8 laps up on the board. Lavallee sits second. Lafort trying to hold off the charges of Dave Simpson Jr. as they hit turns 3 and 4. Tyler DeHanchik looking for his first career Nick's Sport 4 feature win, leading it and starting to open up a gap between he and Lavallee down the back straightaway, but he's going to have some heavy lap traffic around him as he hits the back end of the field. First car in line is the 42 machine of Holiak. Then you've got the 2 right in front of him as they head down into 3 and 4. He uses the bottom lane. The field gives him the room. Lafort is up into the number 2 spot now. Simpson follows through to 3rd. The 89 of Lavallee is back to 4th with the 44 rounding out the top 5. Lafort having a little bit of difficult time getting by the 2 machine. Slides up into up off of turn number 4, holding on to the number 2 spot with the 32 of Simpson right behind him. They roll down the back straightaway, trouble off of the first and second corner. 2 cars together, the 0 of Pion and the 42 of Holiak got together. 10 down, 13 down, 12 to go in this 25-lap main event, and can tonight be the night. Tyler DeHanchik adds his name to the winners list of the Sport 4 division. As we've got a spin off at turn number 2, the 2 machine goes around. We are slowed up for the second time for Ken LaValle out of Moosup, Connecticut, in that number 2 machine as he spins off the second corner. Ready to go one more time, 13 laps remain in this one. 12 laps complete as they get ready to roll off of turn number 4. Up on the throttle they come. Tyler DeHanchik and Mike Lafort drag race down into turn number 1. Lafort trying to find himself back at Everetts Auto Parts victory lane for the second time this year, but can he get by the blue and white 48 as they roll down into 3? The 32 is Simpson having his best run, takes a look down to the inside, settles it behind the 13 as the field stacks up double wide down the front straightaway. Lafort tries a crossover move off the second corner, down to the inside, goes the defending champion, trying to get a run to the inside of Lafort, can't get it off of turn number 4, but he stays with the nose tucked in underneath the 48. Simpson right there to pounce if something were to open up down the back straightaway. DeHanchik putting on a clinic up front, holding off the charges of the 13. They make a little bit of contact off the corner. Mike running hard into the corners, not too aggressive, but just on the edge, and he slows it up a little bit, knowing that that time he didn't have enough for the 48. 4 of Sam Matera down to the infield. She tries to keep that machine rolling, and she does in the wet grass area as the field thunders down into turns 1 and 2. DeHanchik sets the pace. Lafort sitting in the number 2 position down the back stretch. The 32 of Simpson is third. They've opened up a gap back to the 44 DeHanchik, and look at the 38 of Crystal Murray. Work to the inside of Tim Bolger. Bolger working the outside, holds on to the number 5 spot, looks now to the outside of LaValle of Levesque down the back straightaway. 18 laps complete. DeHanchik, Lafort, and Simpson, your top 3. As they head down off of turn number 2. It is nose to tail. Lafort trying the outside down into the 3rd corner. They've opened up a gap between them and the 32 of Simpson, who holds comfortably in that 3rd spot, and it's going to come down to the 48 and the 13, your top 2 on the racetrack. DeHanchik leads it down the back straightaway. 5 more circuits, this time across the stripe. DeHanchik throws it in hard, slides up the racetrack. Lafort takes a look down low, can't make the run he needs, and DeHanchik holds on to the top of the field. Off the second corner, closing into the back end of the pack. The 21 is right there. Slides up the racetrack, gives the leader a little bit of room. Oh, tight action there. DeHanchik up on the wheel, but able to hold on. What a save by DeHanchik as the 21 gets up on the 46. Both cars a couple of laps down. DeHanchik opens up some breathing room with 3 laps to go. You can watch the 13 seesaw back and forth on the steering wheel, that time across the stripe. One more lap car in the way, the 97 of Smith, high and out of the way. Twin sticks up, 2 more circuits to go as they come across the stripe. Lafort back up on the tail end of DeHanchik. Is he toying with him? Is he giving it all he's got? We'll find out in the final lap and a half. Lafort takes a look to the outside. DeHanchik keeps that car glued to the bottom lane. 1 more circuit to go. DeHanchik leads it down into 1. Lafort takes a look to the outside. They roll down the back straightaway, nose to tail. Tyler DeHanchik looking into 3. As he rolls off of 4, checkered flag is in the air. Tyler DeHanchik finds himself in Everetts Auto Parts victory lane for the very first time, holding off the charges of our defending champion, Mike Lafort. And look at Mike give him a congratulatory tap in the back bumper. And yes, that's exactly what that was. Lafort congratulating him, being the first right there. And what a run. 3 weeks ago, that car had heavy damage to the point where Tyler was wondering if it could be restored. Can he get the car fixed and back out? And there is no doubt that car is as good as it ever was, if not just a little bit better. Lafort finishing second. gentlemen, welcome to Everetts Auto Parts Victory Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, first-time winner, Tyler Hanchuk.
Tyler, congratulations.
Thank you.
It's been a while, right? Coming for a long time, but tonight it worked out for you.
Coming for a long time, and, eventually, sooner or later, I was about to get my win, so this works out pretty good.
Were you looking in the mirror at all? Mikey was right there, tried to cross over a few times. He didn't quite have enough, though, to get you.
He didn't have quite enough, but he was right there, and he definitely let me know.
I know there's some people that have been working real hard in the shop to get the car ready, the paint scheme, everything really coming together here for you to get to Victory Lane.
I'd like to thank Kevin Casper, Bill Prisco, Jordan Lopes, my brother, Jonathan Duhancic, my sister, my mother. I'd like also to thank my sponsor and grandfather, Phil of Phil's Propane. I'd like to give a shout out to Helga's South Coast Power Equipment for all they do for us at the track. And I'd also like to thank Viper Graphics for the wonderful job they did on the decals here.
Oh, he's got a lot of people. Congratulations. Tyler picks up the big win. Maybe one more to thank?
I'd also like to, thank my grandmother. She's up in heaven, and hopefully she's looking down, giving me the thumbs up.
All right, Tyler Duhancic, ladies and gentlemen, give him a big, nice round of applause. First.